back here on the Sports Buzz, as presented by the Milford National Bank and Trust Company. You can bake online at milfordnational.com. Matt Romling alongside Dennis Alves. Milford Legion baseball. Boy, did they bring some joy to the listeners and the fans down the stretch this season. Boom! What a run by the Milford Legion team, and it's not over yet. They've run their way all the way to the number 1 seed, and of course they bye and earned the weekend off before they wait their playoff opponent. And joining us now on the phone lines, he is the head coach of the Milford Legion baseball team, our friend Steve DiVitto. Coach DiVitto, what's up?
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
Good, very good. Well, boy, I don't even know what to say, how fun it's been with this team down the stretch, Steve. How fun has it been to manage this team down the stretch?
Oh, it's been a blast. This is a great group of guys, Matty. We're this coaching staff, we're very fortunate. We have 18 guys who want to be here every single day, who want to be a Pheno every single day, and just want to get better and want to help each other out. And that's supported each other out, and that's been able to really help us on this run to get to this bye this week.
I'm sure all of you are sick of hearing about, oh, you lost your first 3 games, the 3-game losing streak way back on June the 8th. Boy, you put that in the rearview mirror, but it took you some time. You know, the 3-game losing streak, you won 3 in a row, lost one, won 2, then you lost one, won 1, lost one, won 1, and then boom, following that Northborough game, the floodgates just opened for that winning streak down the stretch. What was the difference?
You know what? I think the biggest thing is that you can never get too high and you can never get too low. You know, a team chemistry thing is big, and we finally got all of our guys back. You know, Bellingham had such a great run to the state championship. You know, we were able to get all of our college guys back, and you know, I think in summer ball it takes some time for teams to gel, and it took a little time for this team to gel, but when it did, yeah, wow, I guess is the only word you can really say for how they played over these last 10 days, or 10 games. Yeah, I mean, it's been a fun ride, but, you know, these guys they're on a mission. I think ever since that game at Northborough, you know, they've been on a mission, because I think they've heard from their friends and from people, you know, they read in the paper, oh, you know, here we go, the team, you know, you win the state title last year. You know, you lose some guys, some key guys out of your lineup and out of your pitching rotation. You know, they're done. And I think these guys felt misrepresented. And they had a lot to prove, not only to other people, but to themselves as well, as to how good they can be. And they've done just that.
It's not like you didn't have some, you know, high single-digit run games or even double-digit run games early on in the season, because you did have some in there, Coach. But, boy, the offense really has heated up as it's gotten hotter in the summer. Has it been an approach thing? Is it just been some guy, you know, getting some guys back from injury, or has it really just been some guys have settled in with their approach and you're just, you know, finding more runs and you're getting more timely hits? Because I know early in the season bases loaded was a problem, but that certainly has improved.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a combination of all of it, Matty. We've been telling our guys every single day that the biggest thing you can do in any sport is to turn the page. You have a bad at bat, you got to turn the page, move on to your next at bat. You're going to get anywhere from 2 to 4 at bats in the game, and our guys have done a great job of turning the page and moving forward. They've come to the field with a business-like approach, and they've taken their BP just like it was, you know, bases loaded, 2 outs at Game 7 of the World Series. Their approach at BP is the same way. It's very focused. It's with a purpose, and it's just shown over the last 10 games.
I know it's, you know, tough, especially as a coach. You know, it's a team effort, and I know you don't always want to single guys out all the time, but maybe a couple of names down the stretch that have been key contributors. I know Tony's hit the ball well for you, and again, getting healthy has certainly helped your club.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, getting healthy, getting some pitching back, you know, having Kevin Martinez back in the rotation is big. But you know, like you said, it's really tough to single a bunch of guys out, you know, because we've had such contributions 1 through 9, and you know, then we play Shrewsbury this week, and Scott DeCapua has a pinch hit, game-tying single with the bases loaded and 2 outs. You know, so with guys like that are ready off the bench who you know, in many other lineups, I'm sure would be somewhere in the middle of the lineup. But, you know, the biggest thing is, I think, our strength, and I think we talked about this way back when we first picked the team was we felt as a coaching staff our strength was going to be pitching and defense. We felt that we had a great set of arms. Dan Avery coming back from Mass Maritime, and Martinez, Sampson, McMillan. You go right down the line of all these guys, and Mantoni's pitched for us. It's been a great team effort, and defensively, I mean, it's just been fun to watch. The amount of double plays we've turned. I don't think I've ever seen the amount of double plays in one summer that we've turned in the middle infield. With Joe White and Dan Mantoni and Andy McMillan at third, and it's just been, like I said, it's been a great team effort. 1 through 9, I don't think there's a weak spot in our lineup. Each guy brings something different to the table, whether it's speed, power, spray hitting, whatever it may be. And then we have guys that are ready to go, ready and willing off the bench, and that's what you need in order to be successful. Is not just your top 9 or your top 2 or 3 or whatever it may be. You need a full 18, and I really feel that's what we have this year.
Talking to Milford Legion head baseball coach Steve DiVitto. Milford, of course, capturing their 3rd straight Zone 4 title. They have a bye, and let's get to that and the playoff picture, Coach. How does it shake out for you? And we look, we've got one team in there we're not used to seeing with North County beating out Northbridge as they find their way into the postseason. And, of course, Grafton Hill, who started off so strong, and that was the team you were able to beat out down the stretch. Wachusett, Maine South, Leominster, and Shrewsbury also in the playoff picture. And you guys certainly in the catbird seat, letting all of them kind of play it out and seeing where the chips land.
Yeah, you just mentioned North County, and not only did North County make an unbelievable run on their last, I believe it was 10 or 12 games in order to finish at 500 get in, but they start game 1 off last night with an 8-5 win at Grafton Hill. So they just have kept that momentum going. The rest of the playoffs, the way they line up, Grafton Hill, North County, obviously, and then Wachusett and Shrewsbury, talk about 2 great teams there, 2 very talented teams, and then Maine South and Leominster, traditional powerhouses in our zone. So, along with us there in that one slot, it's really anyone's game for the taking. Whoever wants it, they're going to go get it. And I really and truly feel, I wouldn't just say this, not trying to be biased or anything, but I really and truly feel if we play our game, there really isn't a team that we feel, and I think the kids feel the same way, that we can't beat if we're on our game with our pitching rotation, our hitting the way it is.
And, of course, thanks to the hard work down the stretch of the second half of the season in particular, you've earned yourselves that bye and a chance to set up your rotation. How are you approaching the weekend, and how important is it for you, your team, your coaching staff, to get the weekend off, Coach?
Well, you know what, I think that it's important to get that rest. We gave our guys a couple days off here just to recoup, re-energize, and get back at it tomorrow. A couple of our guys went and watched some games last night. Our coaches went and scouted too. So as much as it is maybe a day off from being at the field, there really isn't a day off. It's, mentally just to kind of get your body back in shape. Physically to get your body back, get your legs back underneath you. But yeah, I mean, it's great to have exactly who we want lined up. Dan Avery is going to pitch game 1 on Tuesday. We face the lowest seed remaining in the playoffs, so it's either Leominster, Maine South, Shrewsbury, or North County, whoever the lowest seed is remaining. So those are 4 excellent teams, very good teams, and we got to be ready to go, both offensively, defensively, pitching, and again, mentally. We got to keep that mental approach of business-like attitude coming to the field. So I don't foresee that being an issue. I think it is nice to get that little break for these guys, and they earned it. I think we've outscored. Actually, there was a tweet put out by Wachusett and Coach Chuck Tidman. Since we lost that game to Northborough 14-4, we've outscored opponents 77-14, something like that. So, these guys, like I said, they've come with a purpose, and I don't see that changing at all.
Well, how did you shake out Zone 4 this year? I know we talked to you a few weeks back, Coach, but boy, a lot of parity this year. No real 1 or 2 teams up in the top with 2-3 losses like maybe we're used to seeing. Boy, tight grouping, and you look at the playoffs, it's difficult to maybe predict who might come out of some of these matchups.
Absolutely, and I think that makes the zone that much stronger when whoever the representative may be that goes to the state tournament, because you have such good competition throughout the season. The parity with all these teams, and North County traditionally hasn't been a very strong team in our zone. But you look at how they were this year; they were very competitive. They make the playoffs at 12-12. They make that run. I think they were something like 3-10 the Saturday before the playoffs started. They were one game away pretty much from being eliminated. Everyone thought they were dead in the water, and all of a sudden here they come. They make a tremendous run of their own. And, it's teams like that who make you better, make the zone better, and make the competition better. And that's something that, we feel is that we have one of the best, if not the best zones in the state. And it just makes our zone that much more competitive and that much more better moving forward.
You mentioned Dan Avery will go for you in Game 1. Still opponent to be determined. Assess his season for us as a pitcher.
He's an ace. I mean, he has the right attitude that you want. He wants the ball every day, and if his arm would let him, he would want to pitch every single day. We play on that July 4th game. We have a doubleheader on Sunday, and he gives me a call on Saturday and says, "So, which game am I starting tomorrow?" I said, "Well, Dan, you just pitched yesterday. Well, my arm's fine. I'm pitching tomorrow. Who do I get? Who is it?" He's like, "I'll take anyone. I don't care." He's like, "I want to help us win," and that's his big thing. Any way he can help a team win, he's going to do that. And he did that all year long. He's worked with some of our younger pitchers as well, trying to get him into a routine, which is huge from a guy who has been here, experienced it. He's been to 2 state tournaments. He knows what it takes to get through a grind of a season, how to take care of himself, and how to be ready getting into a game. And it's something that we hope that he'll continue to spread, just like Danny Mantoni and Martinez and all these guys who have been around now for a couple of years. And that's very important to have those veterans who have been there and not only get the job done with the statistics, but mentally have the right approach.
We'll call him Dan Bob Gibson Avery. He just wants the baseball and wants to be done with it. You talked in the beginning of the season, Coach, when we first talked to you about having a team that accomplished a lot last season, to have some of that nucleus come back. And then on top of it, you have the Bellingham kids come back doing what they did during the high school season. They give you that infusion, 2 very talented players to join your team at the very least. Did that help as well? And we talked about this over the years, that when you have players that do get deep in the high school season, that it does help in Legion, despite the fact that it might sort of shorten, their involvement with your team because they're playing late into their high school year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you saw it happen last year with us. Hopedale went deep. Ian Strong, Dan Mantoni, 2 guys who were on our team last year. Their team went deep into the playoffs and made it all the way, I believe, to the state final last year. And, that helps when you have the guys that feel success, that see success, that it becomes contagious. And, those Bellingham guys, when we came back, there was just an infusion of energy from a lot of these guys who experienced such great success this year. And coming into a season, a new season, that's all they know is success, and it definitely is contagious, and our guys have taken that.
Well, I'm sure you're not in a reminiscing mood because you have a lot of work still in front of you, but how's it been first year at the helm of the Milford Legion baseball team?
I'm not going to lie to you, Matty. I mean, you and I have known each other a long time with this. You'll know this. My attitude doesn't really change.
Right.
When I was an assistant to when I'm a head, it's the same approach, coming to the field every day and wanting to help the kids get better, and in the same time, trying to teach them, to be successful and how to act appropriately and how to treat the game, and that's what we do. The kids play. So their job is to go out there and just play. We take care of all the other little things that go on a daily basis, whether it's, taking care of the field or any of those kind of things. And, our job as a coaching staff, and I've felt the same way in any job of taking over the softball or here at Legion, it's to let the kids play, and anything that I can do to get out of their way to help them be successful is that's my job, and to help them get better every day, and that's exactly what it is that we're trying to do as coaching staff.
What's our best guess for Game 1 in your next playoff series? Of course, it will be at Pheno Field, which is always a great advantage.
Well, I mean, if you're going off of last night, it could be North County. If North County plays at 2:00 today, like I said, they beat Grafton Hill, so if North County wins today or tomorrow in their Game 3, then they will be coming to Pheno on Tuesday. But I don't know. I mean, it's such great teams. Like we said, the parity in our zone. everything changes one night to the next, and I'm sure when people were looking at us at 7-7, they didn't envision a 17-7 in a first round bye. I'm sure there were some people that were thinking this team wasn't going to even make the playoffs, and so you never know. Any team we do face, though, we know it's going to be a challenge, and I think our guys will hopefully be up to the challenge, and we'll take it one game at a time, one inning at a time, and just go from there.
Well, Coach, we can't wait for the playoffs to begin. I'm sure you and your team can't wait either. Congratulations on such a successful regular season, and all the best in the postseason. We will certainly be paying razor-sharp attention to every baseball thrown when it begins on probably Tuesday night.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate your support.
Thanks so much, Coach. Enjoy your weekend off.
I'm enjoying the time right now with my son. I just visited my cousin. I'm actually walking with my toes in the sand at Mayflower Beach right now as I'm on the phone with you.
Fantastic. Well, get off the phone with us.
Not to rub it into you or anything in that nice warm studio.
Yeah, that's right. It's about 110 degrees in here today.
We're spending a half day on the beach and coming home, so we're enjoying the time.
Well, you deserve it, Coach, and congratulations again, and we can't wait to talk to you again soon.